Okay, last match of the day here. We've got all English clash. Stephen McAlister playing with the brown bowls up against Benny Bass. Just bowling there with the yellow bowls. Benny, of course, no stranger to the show mat here. Was in the final last year. Steve won't be happy with that. Benny's going to look to reach to this. Yep, good result. Again, should be another good match here for you. Two very good players. Steve very experienced. He's winning major titles back in the 80s. Again, even that hand's falling. A few players here. He's taking some green, but yeah, just over the pace, you'll hang off. Both of those last two bowls there, just hanging off. Just looking to see whether he's one or two down. Thank you to all those who have just joined us. You can see the other matches as well that we've been streaming today. This is the last match of the day here. So Steve trying to play down. Oh, great effort. Just held off. So 1 to Benny on the first end. If you have got any questions, please let us know. And try and get those answered for you. It should be a good match up this. Benny was so close last year to lifting the trophy. Great bowl from Steve Williams to pick up a 3 and win the match, win the title. Fortunately, Steve's not able to defend his title this year. Hi Barbara, thanks for joining us. Benny going aggressive early. Steve playing with quite a bendy set of pencilite bowls, an older set. They do bend a lot. Benny's got a set of arrows. Switching to the backhand here. Hi Scotty, thanks for joining us. Hi Vince, thanks again for joining us here. For those interested, we did have some presents on the Wrong Bias podcast, which went live last night, so if you've not had a chance, have a look at that. Good effort from Benny. Hi Robert, yeah, Ollie had a really good match on the show mat here earlier on, beating Mark Beattie. Out nice and wide. For this to bend right back. It's got the weight, he's good. Just the pace. I don't know if it's 1 or 2. Looks like 2. I think he's... So while we wait for the umpire there, just to confirm whether that's 1 or 2, just show you the venue here at York and District Indoor Bowls Club. Really good venue here. We've got games going on both greens. This will be the players' last match of the day. They'll come back tomorrow and play their last group game. And then we'll be into the knockouts from 12 o'clock. So caliper job here, just to confirm. It's close. So 1 shot to Steve there, so that's 1-all, 2 ends. I think there should be sound, Jason. If anyone else can hear me on the feed, just pop a message on here. Might just be your settings. Oh, aggressive now from... Aggressive bowl here from Benny. It's good here. Yeah, good strike. Jack's in the ditch. You'll see John there marking the bowl and around the bowl as well. Again, just in case there's any movement from a non-toucher. So, off to the draw now for Steve. It's good here. Stays on. Yeah, very good. Could be shot. Benny's pretty close, just a bit heavy, I think. Yeah. Try and get a closer look at this after Steve bowls here, just to see. Well, fancy it could be the brown bowl. And change for Benny here, just sticking to the draw. No, so could be another measure coming up here. Yep, 1 shot to Steve, so good bowl there after Benny's shot taking the jack in the ditch. So that score will move up to 2-1 to Stephen after 3 ends. So Steve's choosing to play the swingier hand coming back this way. He's taken a fair amount of green compared to the other side. good bowl. Benny is also the national singles champion in England, so he's had a very good year or so. He must be the youngest national singles champion we've had. Good start from both players on this end. Fairly tight ahead. Don't forget, let us know where you're watching from. If you're unfamiliar with short mat, if there's any rules that you need me to try and clarify for you. Those that have just joined us, the score is currently 2-1 to Stephen McAlister. And they're looking to drop right the way around this, just a bit inside that. And the bowl's falling away, I don't know whether that's... Yeah, it looks like it's one to Steve now. Hi Charlie, thanks for joining us from Canada. Had a few players from Canada playing on the tour. We've also got one player from Canada here this weekend actually. You see short match starting to take off a bit in Canada, which is always good to see. Got an association that's been going now for a few years, holding national championships and qualifiers for World Council Championships, which is always good to see. I've had people watching from Thailand, South Africa as well so far this weekend. Hi Debbie, thanks for joining us. So, Benny trying the big draw here. It's close. Whoa, I might have cracked it. A little touch off the front. So still one to Steve there, so 3-1 now. For those that haven't got that sound, I'll just go on the scoreboard there so you can see it. 3-1, 4 ends. As I mentioned earlier, this is the players' 4th match today. Steve has won all of his so far, so he's sitting top of the group. Wins this, it pretty much guarantees him through to the Cup knockouts tomorrow. Top 2 in each group will progress to the Cup, playing for the title and the trophy. The players finishing 3rd and 4th will go into the plate competition, and the players finishing 5th and 6th go into the shield competition. So plenty to play for. Even if you lose all of your games on the Saturday, we've seen players that have gone on in the shield competition to go unbeaten on the Sunday. You see, the Jackie's dead now. Benny's toucher holding shot. Steve will just try and make sure he only drops the 1 on this end. Benny's going to try and manoeuvre away to pick up a count. Whilst the shot wood is still beatable, it's not an easy shot here. You've got about 5 or 6 inches there. Try and beat that before the ditch comes into play. Got to play this very wide on this hand. It's very difficult. You'll just be happy with be happy beating that bowl really. See what Benny's looking at here. He's trying to play underneath on the backhand. It's a difficult shot on this hand. It does hold off here. It's close. Didn't want the edge. It's got it surrounded though. Again, Steve's got to be a little bit careful here. He's only got one bowl around. Needs to make sure he gets another one about. Pushes his own up here is good. Yeah, that's good. Chance still though for Benny to make 2. Could be 3 if he gets this right. Playing it on a difficult, tighter road. Close here. Got the gap clean, would you believe it? So that's 1 shot to Benny. So 1 to Benny, that's 3-2 now after 5 ends. Playing 12 ends in this match. See if Benny changes the... Yeah, Benny's gone for a short jack. So again, the player who wins the last end gets to choose where the jack is placed on that line. Anywhere on that line. Benny's chosen for it to be on the minimum length. Not a problem, David. Really enjoyed the conversation we had and really good feedback from people in the competition here who've listened to it last night. Any way we can help push this great sport forward. And again, if anyone that hasn't listened to that podcast and also the other podcasts that have been done by the Wrong Bias team, good strike. Yeah, have a listen. Got some really good people, including Alex Marshall. Louis Rideout's been on there as well, so some top names from the indoor and outdoor game. And if you like your bowls, you'll certainly like the podcast. So, as you see there, Steve actually killed the end or burnt the end. So we play that end again. Players are allowed to do that twice without penalty. The third and subsequent times they do that, they lose 3 shots. Good adjustment. Benny's just on the tighter side to this. Yeah. Doesn't give much away, Benny. He's really calm. That's a good bowl here, yeah, just pushing his own bowl back. Just back to the draw now for Benny's close here. Very good. Good bowl under pressure now. Here's the shot. And you can hear Steve there saying more bowled. It's always good to get appreciation from your opposition. Good sportsmanship. We'll see that from all the players here this weekend. Yeah, he's got it. Good bowl. One shot, so 4-2 now. Halfway through. So only one's being scored at the moment. Need a tight match. Seen a couple of matches that have been quite big score lines. This match certainly at the moment is not going that way. 4-2 after 6 to Steve McAlister. Who's just joining us? Benny playing with the yellow bowls, Steve with the brown bowls.
How far through am I? A foot, almost. Yeah, about a good foot. Around about 90%. Jack
Benny switching to the swingier hand. Just hasn't pushed this one. Yeah, I think he knew as soon as he let go of that. That hand has caught quite a few people out so far. Benny should know it. He's played enough on the show mat here in York. Might see Steve swapping, yeah, switching to the forehand. Nice and wide. Has he given it the weight? I don't think he has. Yeah, catches you out. It will be that bit slower that side. Better adjustment here. That's the shot. So, last bowl from Steve on this end. Can afford to reach this. I mean, jack movement's good. Yeah, it looks better. Got enough? Oh, probably not got the shot, but not made it any easier for Benny to drop in for 2 here. He's been nice and wide here. He is. Just needs a kick back. Just not enough. So another one, I think. Yep, 1 to Benny. So 4-3 now after 7. Getting very tight. Not really been many opportunities for big counts in this match either, so good bowling from both players. There will be a chance by the end of this match, I'm pretty sure of that. Steve reaching on the forehand, bit of chalk he was after here. Yeah, it's good. Touches again, I've only mentioned it quite a few times in our live streams, but that's so important at this level. Quite a few occasions you play against aggressive players and the jack will end up in the ditch. Having touches is so important. Steve switching to the backhand, nice and wide. It's on a good road. Should drop. Looks like there is a small chance here that Steve's not around with this next bowl to hold a good count. Steve's on a slightly tighter road. That might be too much now though. Yeah, so there was a chance here. Just playing it on the draw though, not looking to play too much to this. Gets the jack, he's very good. Oh, that's a great bowl. So I think he's made 4 of that. So some weight coming now. Steve's going to look to try and take a few out of here. Yeah, it's a good bowl. It's taken 2 away that. Hi Derek. Yeah, I appreciate the comment, but again, these guys all know each other very well. So Benny takes the lead 5-4 after 8. So yeah, there's no issue. We're quite relaxed about all of that. There's no real issues with the markers. If a player had an issue with a marker saying how many they're up or down, etc., they would say so. Most of the players here know each other. I think that is one of the biggest issues we do find in bowls in general, just the stuffiness and the rules that are there for no one's real benefit. There's a lot of rules in there that don't really serve much purpose, to be honest. Good bowling from Ben. He's not happy with the result there. He's given Steve a chance here. Yeah, he's got a good result there. And a good road himself. Pick the jack up, yeah. He's really found it the last couple of ends now. He's found his rhythm, taken the lead, albeit one shot, but I think this will be a very tight match. Well, that's finished well. Benny's rubbing his chalk off. Hi Stephen, I can tell you that I know that Steve McAlister won all his matches up until this point. Hi James, I don't think that's ever been the case, especially for team games. All of the players should be able to have a conversation and speak to their skip. That's a great ball, that's a great ball. Really good bowl there. So all square once again. 5 all, 9 ends. You can see Steve's in good form so far. He beat Steve Proctor earlier today in the group, quite convincingly. Steve was really impressive on the show mat, Steve Proctor earlier, so he just needs to keep doing what he's been doing, especially the last couple of ends. He's been on in and around, forcing Steve to have to play a really big bowl, which he just did. Hi Sophie, we're still in the group stages here. This will be the players last group game today. They've got one more group game tomorrow. Yeah, again, James, I think this goes back to interpretation of the rule book as well. I think that actually the way the rule was written was that only one player could speak to the skip down the other end. So it didn't say which player, but normally it would end up being the 3 and a 4 or 2 and a triple. But certainly at international level, you're all encouraged to communicate with each other. You're working as a team. A bit different here in the singles competitions. Steve will be looking just to tuck this jack away here, which he's done. Very good. Probably would like that bowl to sit down, but good bowl from Benny here, giving me reply. Great bowl. Both these players pulling out some really big bowls when required. There's the score, 5-all. So very tight. Steve just coming to have a look at this again. He's playing the forehand at this. He's looking for his own bowl. I think that's a fair row from this hand. Going to move. Oh. Just held off. There is still an opportunity there for Benny to drop down for 2. Play down off the outside 2 bowls on the draw. Fit in there for 2. You could even make 3 of it now with that side bowl of his. Brave. How brave he wants to be. I think he's just playing for the 2. No, he's got a nice pace here. Yeah, very good. I think it's so 2 shots, almost enough for the 3. So 7-5 now after 10 to Benny. Good bowls from both of these players, especially the last 3 or 4 ends. So advantage to Benny now, 2 up. No player has been more than 1. Yep, 12 ends, Harrison. So this one and 1 more. I can see this going right down to the last bowl. And something drastic happens here. Oh, we won't like where that's finished. Interesting, playing it on the backhand. It's close though. Very good. Perfect. Perfect. So again, Steve will need to get in for 2nd here. Not leave. No, he can't get shot obviously because he hasn't got any touches himself. Looking for Steve's bowl. No, can't beat that, so it's going to be one shot to Benny here. He'll take a 3-shot lead going into the last end. Big end required from Steve. And that's the danger of leaving the bowl jack high like Steve did with his first one. Benny already had the back position, so it's a no-brainer to go for the jack. And you see the way that Benny played that shot, putting his leg out to the line, arm out on a cross. Certainly the only way on that particular hand you were ever going to get back for the jack. So big end required for Steve now to rescue a draw 4 for the win. Again, some really good bowls played by both of these players. Really good match, this one. Benny will just continue to drop the bowls around. And that's finished very well. Wants to drop onto that last bowl, push it away. Benny's close again here in the area. Well, not made it any easier really. Steve will still be losing one of his own bowls here. Tries to play the split, but needs to do something to give himself a chance of his last. Didn't want that. So I think that's going to be the game, because I can't see the jack going off now. Can't see the jack going off, so ooh, almost gave an angle there for the jack to go off. Really good bowling again though. Great effort. So that's 2 shots to Benny, 10-5. Really good match, and I think the score there, 10-5, didn't really reflect the actual quality of that match. So that's Stephen's first loss of the competition, so it still puts him in good stead. Thanks for everyone for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow for more coverage of the Verdemat Bowls British Open. We'll be bringing you the last group games and then into the knockouts from 12 o'clock tomorrow. Good evening and see you tomorrow.